Yo, what's goody, y'all? Welcome back to Billy Goat's Prophetic Vessel. It's your girl, Billy Goat, and we got a message for you. Please remember to take what resonates and leave the rest behind, okay, guys? I do not choose the storyline, nor do I choose the cards that come out. The Holy Spirit does, okay? These are timeless readings. So regardless of when you come across this reading, whether it came out days, weeks, or years ago, I don't put time frames on messages because everybody's in different seasons of their life, okay? So this is for my Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node Capricorns. All right. I'm surprised the Holy Spirit isn't saying chosen to. Because, you know, this channel is for my chosen ones and my Capricorns. Okay? And feel free to check out our main channel, Don Juan Spiritual Guidance, on YouTube. Okay? That link is also in the description box. We do all 12 zodiac signs over there. Okay? Those readings are also timeless as well. So go ahead over there if you want to. Subscribe and, you know, ask the Holy Spirit to guide you to the readings that you may need to see or can benefit from. All right? And still take what resonates and leave the rest behind. This could be past, present, and or future information for you. Holy Spirit, what do we have for our Capricorns? Oh my goodness. When the Holy Spirit be turning the cards upside, okay, now you're gonna turn the card upright. Listen. Y'all, I just knew this card was gonna show its face one way, shape, or form. In one way, shape, or form, y'all. I knew that this card was going to show itself. Somebody did black magic. Either you did black magic on someone or someone did black magic on you. Well, and depending upon the season you're in, you could be in the midst of that inner dark energy, okay, that someone tried to send your way, or getting the remnants of it, or you were the one that sent it, or paid a spiritual practitioner to do it, okay? And you could be, some of you guys could be getting out of this energy, and your third eye is opening, higher wisdom, seat of intuition, clarity, clairvoyance, discernment, imagination, self-awareness, feminine energy revealed. Yeah, this shit's been revealed. Okay. But see, with these spiritual attacks and so on and so forth, you know, you've been gaining a lot of wisdom on how to fight this off. Okay. You've been gaining a lot of wisdom on how to fight this off when it comes to spiritual gifts in reverse, unaware of gifts, pain, grief, out of alignment, little faith. So this kind of came from someone, or, you know, whether this was you or whoever you were dealing with, a family member, a friend, romantic partner, you know, co-worker that you didn't know that do this, or this was you that did this to someone. Flip the energies as you see fit. Take accountability as you see fit. This could have been what they wanted to project onto you, okay? But this was somebody that definitely had spiritual gifts, practices alchemy, but there's different forms of alchemy, okay? And we're just going to limit them down to alchemy using dark energy, that's Lucifer's energy, using alchemy with God the Father, creator of heaven and earth's energy, which is his energy, okay? Somebody used Lucifer's energy because he wants to kill, steal, destroy, right? And so if somebody wants to see somebody's downfall and they practice the dark arts, because, you know, there's multiple different ways to practice the dark arts, just like there's multiple different ways to practice alchemy of love and light. So, for example, somebody can use hoodoo and voodoo in a good way or use it in a bad way with ill intentions. It depends on the intention of the practitioner that's implementing whatever's going on here. Or somebody can create a puppet. It's not in this deck, it's in another deck that I have, and try to do some things or whatever the case may be. All right. But the point is that the Holy Spirit saw that. And whoever did this is curse themselves and their bloodline for at least 3 more generations worth. And that's sad, because why should your kids have to be born into a world where they're paying for other people's mistakes in their bloodline? Not even mistakes, horrible choices. That's not fair. Just because somebody else didn't know how to handle their emotions, how dare you? Your kid has to now suffer because somebody chose to do this. Somebody chose to step on God's toes and use their spiritual gifts. Because everybody basically has spiritual gifts, whether they believe in it or not. Everybody's entitled to their own beliefs. God gave us free will. But everybody doesn't use their gifts for good. It's kind of like a Marvel movie, right? Marvel and DC. You have some superheroes that use their gifts for good, and you have some what do we call them? Villains. And they have gifts too. They use theirs for bad. To destroy, to take over, to get power and control, and stuff like that. But just because they do that doesn't make it right. So this was you or somebody used their gifts in a horrible way. And because they did that, it backfired. Okay. It backfired because this is a chosen channel. So with that being said, you do some dark magic on a chosen one, or a being that has a high spiritual ranking, you shouldn't be doing that at all, because you're still stepping on God's toes. Because people don't realize, when you do black magic, any form of dark art, root work, or hexes, there's nothing good about a hex. You know how I said with hoodoo and voodoo, you can choose, you're going to use God's energy or Lucifer's. Ain't nothing good about a hex, okay? There's no such thing as good or bad with a hex. So you really kind of have to know what you're doing, okay? But when you do this, God already orchestrated our lives, okay, from beginning to end, and allowing us to have free will in between, right? But when you do this, you are altering, whether you know this or not. God has, some mercy on those. For those that were taught this in this lineage, and they didn't teach you that this was stepping on God's toes, like you legitimately did not know, this was just passed down to you, like as a kid and stuff like that. God knows your heart, and he will know if you genuinely didn't know or not. But we're not talking about those group of people, which is a very small thing, because God understands this is what you were taught. And a lot of people are finding out today, a lot of the things that we were taught, we now have to unlearn, reparent, uncondition. Okay. So that would be, for some of you guys, a healing journey for you. But those ones are different than those who purposely know what this is doing. Just because they don't want other people to get the truth out. Just because they don't want to see, other people's light. They're envious. They're jealous, and stuff like that. So they want to use Lucifer's energy to alter, okay, I want to make this person lose their money. Or I want to make this person life a living hell. Okay, well, let's change this. Let's alter that. And God is like, hold on, Trap. I actually need them to have this money, because that's going to impact them taking care of their kids. And I wanted them to be taken care of in this lifetime. And I wanted them, they have he doing a project, or she doing a project that I need him to have those resources for. Hold on. I'm not saying that what this person did was right. I can get them for you. I can get vengeance for you. But no, motherfuckers don't want to let God do it. On his timing, we want it, and we want it now. And don't get me wrong, I'm an only child, so I know how that feels. At the same time, okay, somebody played God. And so now God is tap dancing on whoever wanted to do that. Because how dare you? And we're talking about the ones that know what this is and has the true intentions. Not the ones that we're just taught this just because, oh, hey, you need to keep this in the family line. Here's how you can do X, Y, and Z. And they don't really know all of the ramifications that's involved in this, because they weren't taught that. So they genuinely don't know. That's different. Somebody talk too much. Oh, I'm hearing somebody wanted you to bow down to them, or you wanted somebody to bow down to you. Put yourself on the side of the story that you see fit. And now that this black magic has backfired, because remember, initially this was in reverse. So yes, backfired, return to sender, blocked, ancestors intervene, exposed, spiritually attacked, divinely protected. See, they didn't know you was divinely protected. Or if you were doing this, you didn't know that whoever you was doing this on was divinely protected. See, you didn't expect this to come back to you, or they didn't expect this to come back to them. But see, that's the point. It shouldn't have been done to begin with. So now, y'all, I wish you would have just seen my mind right now. It's the clairvoyancy for this. God said this is it. Oh, he wants me to show you this. You're going to be meeting your soul tribe if you haven't already, okay? Similar values, beliefs, understand you, resonate with you, support system, on spiritual journey, individually and together, belonging, collaboration, authenticity, okay? And also, too, before I get into what the Holy Spirit just told me when it comes to this, the Holy Spirit wants me to say for you guys to be mindful of fake spiritual practitioners who play like they're about God, but they're really not. Like, they don't do what they preach behind closed doors, okay? I have an Akashic record practitioner who basically she shared the story of having a client who's also a good friend of hers. This friend went to a training and went to a practitioner to get some sort of healing, right? But tell me why the practitioner installed negative programmings instead of the light programmings. It was just enough to form like a mask, but it was a false light. But this person was wondering, like, why do I have this lack of clarity? Why am I not able to, like, you know, this, that, and the third? Why does it feel like I'm being spiritually attacked? You know, started to have different experiences that kind of like was outside of, because don't forget, we're going to have adversities. But these were it was a little bit suspicious. That'll make you question, okay? So be mindful, because not everybody is who they say they are. I don't care if they are a priest. There's priests that's getting busted for molesting kids. I don't care if they are a nun. There's been nuns that's been busted for abusing kids too, and others. All right. I don't care if they, and mind you, this spiritual practitioner that did this to this client, who's a friend and a client to my Akashic record practitioner, this practitioner has a whole lot of followers, okay, on their platforms. So people would think that, oh, they're really good okay? Looks can be deceiving. Sometimes, yes, they are exactly who they say they are. But sometimes, no, they are not who they say they are. Okay? And some of you guys are not who you say you are to other people. And some of the people that you've been dealing with, or practitioners that you've been dealing with. Because remember, people can have spiritual gifts. That don't mean that they're always going to use them for good. You have those that use their gifts for good, and you have those that use their gifts for bad. And you got to use your discernment. Okay? Especially when it comes to those that's on YouTube. Just because a person has a huge following doesn't mean that they are of love and light. Just because a person preaches love and light doesn't mean that they walk in that. Doesn't mean that they walk how they talk. And I mean, by no means necessary is a person perfect or need to be holier than thou. No, this is not about that. But you don't sit up here and preach and say, abuse is wrong. Abuse is terrible. But you go home to your wife or your husband or your significant other and you hit them in the face because you're angry, or you cheat on them because they done made you upset. That's not, hold on, wait a minute. You know that that's wrong. It's not about you being, that's knowing abuse. But you over here preaching this, but you doing that. You're not even, you preaching take accountability, but you're not taking accountability. You see what we're saying here? It's like, you know, misguidance. There we go, Holy Spirit. So let me explain this portion here. So basically the Holy Spirit said, third eye, whoever did this, like, They brought dishonor to their bloodline by doing this, because you know, when you tap into black magic, and again, this is aside for the ones that legitimately didn't know. They were taught this because this was something in the lineage, but now you know. Okay, so free will, what you do with that information. So now somebody could be losing some sight, whether this is a 5D sight or a 3D sight. They're going to be going blind. Oh my gosh. They're going to be stripped of their spiritual gifts. Something may happen with their tonsils or their ability to speak. Since somebody wanted to, and again, you know, people are not perfect. You may tell some white lies. Whatever. This is deliberate. This is still after giving so many chances. Okay, the Holy Spirit wants to put out there. You see what happens when you let God get revenge for you? I mean, look at this. This is terrible. Moody, negative. I mean, I wouldn't want this for anybody. However, somebody brought this upon themselves, honey. You or whoever you was dealing with, child. I'm just the messenger. I would listen. Moody, negative, lazy, escapist, overly emotional, gullible, indecisive, blames others, temperamental, imbalance. See? And this is that same energy that wanted to play around. And so now somebody done fucked around, and they finna find out if they're not already. While somebody else actually meets their soul tribe and restore their confidence and regain everything that was taken from them from this dark shit. Tables turn. So that was your reading. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can feel free to do so via the website link that's linked in the description box, DonJuanSpiritualGuidance.com. It is the only way to book a reading with us, okay? Feel free to check out your other placements because they can resonate more than your sun sign does on Don Juan Spiritual Guidance. That is our Zodiac channel. All right, that link is also in the description box as well. Thank you guys for your love and support here. It is truly, truly appreciated. And always remember, you make your own decisions. Peace out. Deuces.